acid rapper, soccer hacky sacker, cocky khaki jacket jacker, slap happy faggot slapper, or rocky rocket launcher, shake that laffy taffy, jolly raunchy rapper. Dang dang ski ski ski, she do that thing for 3 retweets.
What's poppin' YouTube? This video is called The Good, The Bad, and The Ugly, okay? This is my life update. Y'all need to know because I've been missing and I'm ready to just tell y'all what's going on in my life. For real, because it's crazy, y'all. So, Peace Corps update. Your girl made it a year! Like, y'all don't understand how accomplished I feel just staying in Peace Corps for a whole year. I mean, there's people who don't make it. And then there's people who stick it out just because, and I'm one of those people, okay? Because you making it a year, y'all, that is a serious accomplishment. Despite all the things that you go through in your personal life, in your school life, like making it a year in Peace Corps, you might as well, baby. When I tell you, I feel like I can do anything in the world, okay? I feel like I can fly. I can fly. You can't tell me I can't do anything. I can take off right now. So yeah. Me and my girls, we made it a year. Hey, we made it a year. Hey, we made it a year. This is the bad though. With Peace Corps, you feel like you are a child again. You have to tell everybody where you're going, when you're moving. Although like at site, like nobody cares about what I'm doing at site. But if I ever decide to leave site and go like visit Joburg or Pretoria, I have to ask for permission and then it can still be denied. And so it's just like, I don't even ask for permission at home. I just do what I want to do. And so, yeah, that's one thing. Like, anywhere you go, somebody needs to know where you're going. But it's for your safety. So, I guess it's not that bad. The ugly. So, the good, the bad, the ugly. The ugly is, y'all, I stay broke. I don't know what it is. I know that I like to shop, né? But all the time, y'all, it's not my fault. I just be broke. As soon as I get paid, I be broke. Thank God I pay my tithes and offering first. But after that, your girl be broke. I'm like, dang, let me make it to the next month. Can I make it to the next month? Should I? What can I do? Let me call my mama. Let me call somebody. So next, school. The good thing that I have to say about school is I made it my first year teaching without any experience, y'all, and it was tough. My kids gave me hell, but we made it, baby. We made it, baby. That's what I wanted to say to my kids, but I couldn't really get excited like that. So like, okay, so I was telling my kids some of their grades, and one of my boys, I told him one of his grades, I was like, you got 11 out of 15. He said, at least, ma'am. And I'm thinking, hell yeah, at least you made it, baby, because we was all struggling, and I know you was struggling, and you made it, baby, yes. So, yeah, I made it my first year teaching. You know, classroom management wasn't the best, but we made it, so that's good. Can I get a go-go kilo? The bad. So, y'all know how I was so excited about starting my projects. I'm like, oh my God, y'all, I'm going to start a library for my school. I'm going to build a playground. We're going to get new toilets. I'm going to do every classroom, make it so beautiful, and yada, 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 yada. So, one day my principal, he called me to the office, and for you to do any projects or get grant money for any projects, your community or your school has to put in 25%, right? That could be worth, you know, money, labor, different things. But it was going to be easy for my school to get that money, so I wasn't worried about 25%. My principal comes to me and he tells me that the community and the SGB and himself all agreed not to put in the 25%, basically. And at that point, I was just like, y'all don't want me to do no projects? Like, you got a Peace Corps volunteer here that can bring or even help y'all get a library, and y'all are saying no to my services? And then I was just like, you know what? I was invited into this country. I was invited into my school. I was invited into my community. But if they're saying no to a library, if they're saying no to just different projects that I can do with them, then it's not my job to try to convince them that the kids need this, you know? And so what I did was I went ahead and I got a few book donations. I found two resources where I can get book donations from. And I went ahead and I applied for those books. And one donation actually came in, so I was super excited about that. And the other one is on its way. Hopefully it comes before the end of, before I leave. But yeah, so I was a little bummed about my principal saying no, and I just felt like, that's a person of authority. Like, that's like the last say so. And so if he's saying no, then they must not really want a library. And I mean, I can't make them want something that's beneficial to the kids. This is the worst story ever, y'all. The worst story ever. I was so upset. Like, I completely checked out of work after this happened. So y'all know my birthday is December 1st, right? And the week before my birthday, I brought the teachers cake, chicken, Simba's chips, and I bought them cool drink. And then I bought the kids popsicles. So the kids loved them. They were excited about the popsicles. And then I brought some for the community kids too. The little babies that's around going to crush too, because we're right beside each other. So y'all, everything was cool until we realized that my cake wasn't there. Mind you, I gave the money to the teachers to get the chicken. I gave the money to the teachers to get the cake, and I went to go get the Simbas and the cool drink and everything. So I had everything else in my house except for the cake and the chicken. I get to school in the morning. They got everything in the car. When it is time for lunch, they realized that one of the teachers took my cake to another meeting that she had to go to, and my cake sat in the car. Wait, we called her. We told her that my cake was in the car, and she said, yeah, I seen it. And so we're thinking, okay, she's going to bring it back, no problem. She has it covered. She's going to figure out something to do with the cake before she goes into the meeting. Y'all, my cake sat in the hot car for 5 hours in 100-degree weather. When my cake came back, it looked like this. I was pissed. Like, so pissed off that when I came in the office, I started laughing. I couldn't believe it was my cake. It looked like some pancakes or something. Like, I was like, what is this, big pancakes in this box? Like, what is this? Yeah, I was so, like, hurt and disappointed that my cake looked like that. And it seemed like nobody cared that my cake looked like that. Like, I was so upset about it. And so, later on that week, like, I just took a couple days off because I couldn't even look at people. Like, when you get so upset where it's just like, I can't believe y'all did this to me, and nobody bought me a new cake. And so I was just like, wow, like, this is my last birthday in South Africa, and this is how I'm treated. And so it was really, I was really hurt. I'm not gonna lie, I was hurt. And my friend, she was asking me, she was like, you said you weren't upset. I mean, if it was your birthday, how would you feel? And so, yeah, that was that. The cake was ruined. Later on that week, I made another cake at home for my family, but nobody came and we didn't sing happy birthday. Then I went out with my friends that weekend, and it was better. I felt good being with my friends because it was just like, we had a good time. Alright, so this is my personal life update. And this time I'm going to start with the ugly, then go to the bad, and then go to the good, because the good is like really good. Okay, the ugly is I'm missing my family, y'all. I am missing my family. I wish I was home during the holidays. And at first when I was at home, I really didn't care about Christmas. After my grandmother passed, it seemed like the holidays just weren't the same for me. But like being away from them is just like, wow. I miss being able to be with my family. You know, my niece and my nephew, they're growing up. My godson, he's 6 now. And so it's just like, wow. Like, these people are really getting old. My cousin, she started middle school. My brother's about to turn 21. My other brother's about to turn 30. Like, wow. Like, time really flies. And I feel like I'm missing out on everything because I haven't been home in 2 years. And so, yeah, I'm missing my family and I'm ready to get back home. So, I just want to be transparent. But during my time in South Africa, there have been, like, you know, a few bad things that happened to me. And it really did have me upset. And this is the reason why I went missing. It was just because at the time I was just going through a lot. Like, yeah, I was stressed. And you know you stressed when, like, you get that sharp pain, like, right here, and it just stays. It was like, dang, like, relax, baby, relax. But no, I was genuinely hurt. So, I was saving my money in my room, and my little sister, I guess she just wanted my money. And she stole the money from me. It was change at that. And so, you know, I wasn't paying attention to it. So she could have been, you know, taking it this whole time and I would have never known. But then I realized that my jar was empty and I was just like, wow. And at first I didn't know who did it. I didn't know. I just told my sister. Then she told my mom. And then I waited a day. And then I told the teachers at school. And they started asking kids. And that's how we found out that it was her. And I was sad because, you know, when somebody close to you steals from you, it's just like, why would you do that? Like, I love you. I would have gave you, you know, some money or some change if you would have just asked me for it. Mind you, like, I was paying her to, like, wash my dishes, paying her to sweep my floors, like, you know, different things. And I was just upset that she would do something like that to me. And I was really, really hurt. Then right after that, I was in the hospital for a day or so, and that moment I was just like, wow, like, just got, like, you know, my best friend just stole from me. And then now I'm in the hospital for another reason, and it's just like, wow. Mind you, okay, so if somebody's in the hospital or if somebody's in Pretoria for, like, a health reason or something like that, and they don't tell you what happened or something like that, or they don't want to tell you what happened, then just mind your business. It's okay to mind your business. But I was in the hospital for a minute, and I mean, after that, I was hurt. Like, I was borderline depressed. I probably should have went to go talk to somebody, but I didn't, and I made it through. Right after that, like, okay, so, you know, like, when you're going through stuff, it seems like everybody around you can, like, see that you were hurting or something like that. And it was just, like, really hard because we ended up going to MST, which is mid-service training. Basically, you know, you find out that you made it a year, and I'm just going through the most at this time. And then right after that, I went on a trip to Durban, and I needed that break. Like, y'all, I needed to be out the village for a week. I needed to be away from everything. I needed to just clear my mind and sit on the beach. And me and Sheila had a good time, y'all. We had a good time. All right, so forget about the bad news, y'all, because in the midst of everything going bad, y'all, everything started going great too. And that's what really, like, turned everything around for me. So for one, y'all know I was telling y'all about Day, right? Y'all know I was telling you about Day, right? So he finally hit the girl up. He seen me in the store one day. He was like, can I have your number? And I'm just like, okay. But, like, in real life, I didn't say okay. I just said, yes. And so, like, I was so nervous, but y'all, I really enjoy his company. And yeah, might be some, I don't know, y'all. He's great. Better than what I expected, actually. And I had the best time with him. He actually bought me some flowers yesterday, and so I'm just happy about that. The next thing that's good that happened to me, I got a back tattoo, and it's dope. Like, it's fly. I love it. The next good thing is I have been tithing every single month since I watched Transformation Church, Get Your Money Right. And I don't know, I've always been raised on tithing, like that's what you're supposed to do, just because, you know, you don't want God to take his 10% away from you and stuff like that. Just give it. And so, like, I've been making myself give off of my stipend, which might add to the reason why I'm broke. But I believe that it's going to come back to me, whether that's in, you know, money, whether there's money coming back to me, or if that's just peace coming to me. Like, regardless, I don't want to rob myself of anything that God has planned for me. And so far, y'all, God has really been blessing me. The next update is my hair. Like, yo, it grew back. Like, okay, so this is like the you know, the back piece where it shows your lean. Let me balance my head out so I'm gonna be like, this is it. But no, I mean, y'all, I got a little bit of hang time now, and my twist out look good. So yeah, I'm happy to see my hair back. I'm actually gonna get my hair braided in a couple days, honestly. And yeah, easy breezy, beautiful cover girl. Yes, give me that Beyonce. So, at my final part of my life update, which is great news, and I'm so excited about this. And so, like, in the midst of everything going bad, everything, like, I was putting in work behind scenes. So starting in March, I started working on my paper, my essay for schools. I started working on my resume, and Shelby, she hooked me up, okay? Because your girl, I don't even know where to start to make a resume. And Shelby was really, like, in there, like, helping me out. Tremaine was helping me out. Sheila was helping me out. And I'm so grateful. I had people reading my papers. I sent it back to my professor, Dr. Porter. And he was just like, wow, girl, you done came a long way. And y'all, so I found out in like September or October that I got into Urban Teachers, which is a 4-year program that allows you to get your master's degree from Johns Hopkins. That's a certification in elementary education and a certification in special education. And so first I had to get into Urban Teachers, and in the midst of, you know, me being in the hospital, in the midst of me being on these trips, I was recording myself, doing these online interviews, even, you know, going through the most. I was still doing these interviews, putting on a face, you know, holding myself together. And then, so I got into Urban Teachers, and I was like, yes! But then, on my birthday, I woke up and I found out that I got into Johns Hopkins. So yeah, I was excited. Like, I'm trying to tell you, I know my story. Like, but to come from where I come from, to be a first generation graduate, like, to get into Johns Hopkins, y'all, that is an accomplishment. And it's something that I never seen. Like, going from South Africa to Johns Hopkins, y'all, that's a testimony, okay? If y'all see me from when I was in middle school, y'all be like, this one is gonna be great. So yeah, I'm so excited. I'm going to Johns Hopkins. I'm not sure if I'm gonna, you know, ET or try to early COS, but I definitely am gonna put in an application. If they approve, then they approve. If they don't, then I'm leaving anyway. So yeah, and I don't leave until June 2019, and so after that, I'm gone. And yeah, so I'm so excited about what life has to offer me in Johns Hopkins. I'll be moving to Baltimore. When I found out that I got into but even before I found out that I got a job, before I found out that I got into Johns Hopkins, y'all, I was on an interview with one of the admissions people at Johns Hopkins, and he was trying to see, you know, because my resume was good. The essays that I wrote were good. The essay that I wrote was good. My recommendation letters, they were good. But my transcript wasn't the best transcript, okay? So I had a below a 3.0. And my last semester, I ended very strong. And he was telling me that, but he was saying, like, what are you going to do when you get to Johns Hopkins to make sure, you know, this doesn't happen? And I was just talking to him. After the interview, I don't know, after the interview, I felt like, you know, I got into Johns Hopkins, but it wasn't set in stone. And, you know, I just began thanking God for, like, the opportunity that he's, you know, the opportunity that he's put in front of me, you know, all these doors that he's opened, and he didn't have to do it, but for some reason, you know, God loved me enough to do this. God loved me enough to do a lot of stuff, and I just had to tell him thank you. I mean, y'all, if y'all know where I came from, then y'all will understand why I'm so grateful today. I'm so humble. Like, y'all, I mean, come on now. If God has ever done anything great for you, especially knowing who you truly are and who you were, you have all the reasons to thank him, honestly. And that's just where I was in life, and I'm so happy that God has opened up so many doors for me. And that's my life update. I don't have anything else to tell y'all, I don't think. Unless y'all want to ask me some questions, and if that's the case, then hit me up on Instagram. I haven't been on Instagram this month, and I probably won't be in January just because I'm going to be fasting. But if y'all send me some questions, I promise you, I will get back to you. That's it for the life update. I'm so happy to be back, y'all. I'm so happy to be an overcomer and getting through everything that I went through in Peace Corps. I'm so happy that God's grace and mercy has been over my life, y'all. I have a praying grandmother, y'all. I had a praying grandmother. And so, yeah, I just believe that her blessings are pouring out on me. And with that being said, deuces and Happy New Year.